we got some interesting looks at numbers, Mythic Plus DPS charts, healing charts, tanking charts. We also got some stuff to talk about with Horrific Visions. The June trading post is a glorious trading post, as it should be. It is my birthday month, so Blizzard's going to pull out all the stops for that one. But here we go. Hidden 10% buffs in the Visions of Orgrimmar. You guys remember we talked about these for Stormwind. There are 10% buffs to be had throughout the maps of these two versions of the Visions. So we talked about the Stormwind ones. Now it's time to get into the Orgrimmar ones. So these are you and your luck which one of these are open. But here are the 4 that you will be able to get. The 10% healing buff, the 10% damage buff, the 10% crit buff, and the 10% haste speed buff. Now, as I said, these are not open for every single run. It is kind of select and random as to which of these doors you'll be able to walk through. But the first one here, the 10% healing buff, can be found inside the Broken Tusk Inn, just to the right of the start of the Vision in the Valley of Strength of Orgrimmar. You go in there, you get that freaking buff, and you have a good time. 10% HP buff, so nice for the health there. Damage. Smith's Strength, there you go. You go into Norris's Armory building, if that's open, Valley of Strength, and you can find a bad potion in Orgrim's runs. Get that and give yourself a 10% damage buff there. For this one, after killing the Annihilator Laka in the Drag, the first building to the right of the Ethereal Transmog building is the Ethereal Transmog building, usually empty, okay? But if you go inside and you see an interactable Ethereal Gateway inside, clicking that will spawn the Warp Shard guy, and then kill him to get yourself that 10% crit buff. Again, you got to be careful with some of these. You don't want to waste time. You know, you're always on a timer, especially early on in these things. If time's not an issue for you in terms of your sanity running out, then go ahead and chase these down. And then last but not least here, the 10% haste / movement speed buff. Nice for us Death Knights out there. In the Valley of Spirits, after clearing the second corrupted totem, you can usually go towards the left to continue on the zone. However, sometimes when you look to the right, Bwemba might be up, just dancing. Kill her and get the Spirit of the Wind. So that's right, nobody dances around here. There she is, Bwemba. Go ahead and kill her. Get yourself that buff. Hope you guys are having fun in the Horrific Visions. They're all right. They're all right. You do them quick. You get them done. You get your little enchant for your helm, and you're done with that stuff. The June trading post is freaking glorious. I don't know, like, as much as anybody loved the butterflies and the flowers and the things, if that was your thing, this is the complete opposite for the other people who like the other stuff. We got a ton of mounts, some badass armor, some badass helms. We're getting a freaking Frosted Chimera. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this. And the nice thing is, Blizzard just released the green version of this on the WoW store like 2 days ago. So I was looking at that and I was like, oh man, that'd be really cool if we had that available. They're making it available in the game. It's right here. Not only are we getting this blue Chimera, you know, that you could buy for 700 Trader's Tender, but the end thing that you get at the end of the trading post for filling it out is the red version of this. So they've officially made 2 of these glorious Chimeras available in-game, and then the green one is available in the store. Nice play on Blizzard. They're actually treating us right with that one. Another one, you can get the reins of the spotted black riding goat. So a little goat here. This thing's freaking hilarious. You can get this little black goat for 700. Some other things, some really cool armor sets here. You can get the Molten Inferno Helm, another one. The green version of this available on the WoW store. The red and the blue available on the trading post. I mean, these are W's. We're getting this. It's okay. No, these are really cool, especially for a Death Knight. I mean, I want to grab these real quick. Ensemble of the Cold Flame as well, and the Lavaborn plate sets. Awesome. The 2 plate sets are red and blue. The green one, again, available on the WoW store. They basically given us the 2 colorways separate from the WoW store item. Green is on the store. Green for money, of course, yeah. And then the red and the blue are right here. So, I mean, I'm really happy with what Blizzard's done here. We got some weapons that also kind of go with that same kind of lava-looking theme. Really cool daggers, Cold Flame and Lavaborn theme here. More axes. We got some weapons and things. So, yeah, finish out the trading post this month and get yourself some really cool rewards, honestly. This is probably one of the better... Damn, this is a really good-looking weapon. It's a polearm, probably, from Silvermoon. Looking at these, it's a really good trading post. Good one to spend some of your Trader's Tender on, for sure. And then the end result is your Lava Boy, if you fill out the trading post completely. So the Edgelord, I want my cute happy butterfly shit. Yeah, you'll get it back, don't worry. All right, here we go. Mythic plus DPS rankings, guys, breaking it down. We got DPS, we got healing, we got tanks, okay? So let's jump straight into this. Here we go. Tier list of your DPS for week 13. This is built up from Mythic keys 14 to 20. And your S tier is made up of Unholy Death Knight, Outlaw Rogue, and Balanced Druid. This is looking good. This just is still in progress. Okay, so this is I'm surprised. Sub-Titty Rogue jumped up pretty high as well. The Rogues have been jumping up pretty decently recently. So this is basically running through totality of week 13. Let's see week 12 if there were any changes here. Oh, so yeah, there are changes here. All dungeons, looking at here. Unholy DK and Balanced Druid still in the S tier. Retribution Paladin, Arcane Mage, and Outlaw Rogue looking good. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable looking at week 13 because they're still pulling this data together. So we'll kind of go off of week 12 for now, and then we'll see maybe what the changes are after. We've got your A tier, Retribution Paladin, Arcane Mage, Outlaw Rogue. So Rogues have been on a roller coaster for sure. Yeah, they've been dropping and then pumping back up. It looks like they're on their way back up now. For your B tier, Feral Druid, Marksmanship Hunter, Ass Rogue, Destro Warlock, Elemental Shaman, Enhancement Shaman, Devastation Evoker. Devastation Evoker is doing really, really good in Raid. We'll check out those stats here in a second. But for Mythic Plus right now, B tier, not too bad. C tier, you got your Frost DK, Demonology Warlock, Havoc Demon Hunter, Affliction Warlock, Arms Warrior. And then we're moving down here, all the sadness that is F tier. Augmentation, at least they're not at the very bottom. Here, I'll move my little nameplate here. At least they're not at the very bottom. We see Augmentation having a decent time, just above Furry Warrior, Survival Hunter, and Shadow Priest. So, again, this is for Mythic Plus. The week change here are the ones that are still being gathered. Unholy, Balance, and Outlaw Rogue moving up. Sub-Titty moving into A tier, Retribution following that up. And then we see kind of the same stuff for the rest of this. Where is Augmentation sitting here? Oh, Augmentation moved up into the D tier. So we'll see. These numbers are still shaking out. But for week 12, more solid data. Here we see, now we're looking at healing, tanking, I should say. What is this? Blood DK. Sitting as an A tier tank. Look at that. So we got Prot Warrior? Really? Vengeance Demon Hunter is not doing the most damage right now? I'm shocked. What? I mean, I think Vengeance Demon Hunter is still the meta right now simply because of their speed. Let's see if it changes in week 13. We got Prot, Blood, no, and then, well, Vengeance drops even further here. Again, this data is still in progress, so we'll just stick to week 12. But putting it all together, Vengeance Demon Hunter, probably still the one that people are going with the most. Again, they got the speed, they got the utility, and they have leather on their crotch, so a lot of people enjoy that kind of stuff, and they're going to invite them to their groups. But Blood DK is doing pretty damn good. I feel like the Blood DK has been hitting a lot harder recently. It's been feeling good to tank as a Blood DK. Prot Warrior sitting there as S tier. That is shocker. That is a shocker. I did not know that Prot Warrior had really climbed up the charts that much. Prot Paladin's one that's very popular, even though it's sitting here as a D tier tank. And then Brewmaster Monk is B as well. And then Guardian Druid, I know, is the F tier right now of tanking. Now let's look at healing. What do we got here? We got your S tier healer, Mistweaver Monk. Yes, that's no surprise to me. I've been seeing Mistweaver has been sitting at the tops of the charts for a decent amount of time now. And then we got Preservation Evoker, Holy Paladin sitting in the A tier, Resto Shaman, Holy Priest, and then Resto Druid and Discipline Priest down here at the bottom. Now again, Discipline Priest is part of the meta, even though they're at the bottom of the chart here. Discipline Priest, just all the utility they bring, the buffs to the group they bring, they're getting the invites, even though they're not the best healers right now. And honestly, the separation between healers near the top here isn't too big. I mean, between the A tier and S tier, there really isn't much going on. Even the C tiers are very viable. So, bringing along these guys, this is not necessarily a reflection of the meta, it's just a reflection of the output that these guys can do in terms of overall damage and how it's looking for everyone. So there you go. There's your charts. And here we go into rating now. So let's jump straight into rating numbers. The rating numbers are going to look different, obviously, than what you're seeing for Mythic Plus, but it's not that different. Here we go. Devastation Evoker, overall Liberation of Undermine, as I mentioned before, they are sitting at the very, very top. Look at that. Kings of the Castle right now, Devastation Evoker. It's good because Augmentation is so shit. At least you guys have a reason to still play your Scaly boys. We got Destro Warlock, Marksmanship Hunter, Affliction Warlock, Frost Death Knight, Windwalker Monk, Retribution Paladin, Unholy Death Knight sitting here. Now, this is overall damage. Boss damage, we'll see a bit, kind of some of this stuff flipping around. Down at the bottom here, Sub-Titty Rogue, Frost Mage, Balanced Druid, Demonology Warlock. So, not too bad. Not too bad. But let's see direct boss damage, because that's where you get the big numbers. And, oh, shit! What happened here? Hunter's on top. Actually, this is kind of the same as last week, too. But here we go. Marksmanship Hunter, Survival Hunter, Arms Warrior. Then we got Devastation Evoker sitting up here as well. Over the range of week 1. What is this? I'm looking. Hold on. I want to see something. I want to make sure this is right. Yeah, top 4. Okay. Week 12. Yeah, we're right. We're right. So we see here Marksmanship Hunter, again, Survival Hunter at the top. Arms Warrior, Devastation Evoker, as I mentioned, doing really well as an Evoker class. Good for the Evokers to actually see something happening right here. Arcane Mage, Unholy Death Knight, Beast Mastery, Feral Druid, Retribution Paladin, Frost DK. Rounding out your top boys there. Balanced Druid at the bottom, Frost Mage, Sub-Titty Rogue, Shadow Priest, Elemental Shaman, Outlaw Rogue. So one different story here that we've been seeing rogues not doing too great in Raid, but doing really good in terms of Mythic Plus numbers. That's interesting. We've seen that before with classes, but typically you'll see classes like Devastation Evoker doing good on both sides, right? So there's a big difference here when it comes to rogues in Raid and rogues in your 5-man content. Interesting enough to see. Now let's see what the changes were. Not many changes from the previous weeks. Biggest movers up, we see Survival Hunter up 3 spots from the previous week. Fire Mage up 3 spots as well. And then the biggest mover down, Feral Druid, down 4 spots from the previous week. Not a lot of changes. We saw some recent buffs and stuff kick in, but we won't see the results of those class changes and updates until next week's charts kick in, which we will look at when those go live. But that is all in terms of news.